want to start by just generally sharing your thoughts about how you think society views youth
Let's start.
and how you think you are seen in the world. Anything you want to share about that?
Um, well, I started by saying I personally feel the media and society portrays youth in foster care in many different ways. For instance, I feel foster parents they view foster children as some most eight, I would say 7 out of 10 as a check. They look at them like this is a good income for myself. I seen foster parents. They're not to judge them or anything, but their appearance and their attire is like really, really, really bad. Like they smell. And then I heard parents say, you know what, you are just a check for me. So and every kid in foster care, they get about, I would say, more than $500. And if that kid is labeled as a troubled child, they get increases. If that kid is put on medicine or goes to counseling or whatever, they get labeled as a troubled child, and the income the parent gets increases by 200-300. So why wouldn't the parent be like, oh yeah, this child is troubled, so they could get more money, I'm not gonna say all foster parents are like that because that's not true, but I feel like a lot of the parents are. Also I was also thinking, how the agency, how my agency views me now. But I will always tell my social worker, I'm like, what, a year ago, my agency didn't know me. I'm not saying they didn't care about me, but they didn't. I used to walk by the executive that directed my agency, and I didn't know who he was. And it was times when my agency was sick of me because I was always constantly moving. So, and it was just like now, I'm like I'm not their water boy, but every time they see me, oh, what's up, Demetrius? What's up? What's new? Because they see that I pulled. First of all, like earlier how Taylor was talking about statistics, I was falling into statistics category because I wasn't going to school. I started smoking marijuana. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, and the road I was going down that was going to lead to me being in jail or being killed, you know. So it was not until I got myself together where my agency started seeing me. They was like, oh, well, Demetrius. Now, when I go to the agency, the director, the head guy, the big boss, what's up, Demetrius? He's the one who tried to help me get in Howard, And now it's crazy because April 26th, I have the director of my agency. He basically begged me to attend the board of directors meeting where his bosses are, and basically they want to use my story as a success story, And I'm like, a year ago, you guys didn't know about me. You guys wasn't in my struggle when it came to school. Y'all wasn't there with me 3 o'clock in the morning busting them papers out, and now you guys want to use me as a trophy, So that's something I always bring up because it's like, I personally feel as a foster kid, you already have a label over your head, and people already expect you to fail because of things you go through, And it wasn't until I got my head on my shoulders and started, doing positive and started thinking optimistic that my agency not everyone loves Demetrius. Everybody, oh, you need something, you got money in your pocket, and I got co-work, the caseworkers there that I'm cool with. They asked me like, oh, let me hold $1. And I'm like, hold on. I'm thinking to myself, isn't like I'm the foster child and you're the case planner. If anything, you guys are supposed to be giving me money if I ask for it, So I feel it's more about how the foster kid portrays his or herself and how what do they want to do with their life. Because if you're going to fall the statistics, the foster care agency, they're not going to care about you. All they're going to do is when you turn 21, they're going to make sure they give you an apartment just to say, we gave that kid an apartment. When he or she left our agency, they had a job. So that's not our problem, And that's when kids, after 6 months, they're not trained to learn how to keep a job. So after 6 months, they lose their job. They can't pay their rent, so they get kicked out. Now they're homeless. Now they fall the statistics, So basically, to sum up what I'm saying, I personally feel on how people will view foster kids is how the foster kid, he or she presents themselves. And now if they go to school or college, they want to do better for themselves. Then people, it's like, for instance, when people look at me, they never get some foster kid because I carry myself so well, And I have big dreams and big goals for myself. So people they don't really look at that. So basically, to sum it up, basically what I'm saying is, it's how the foster child portrays their self and how people will look at it from the outside looking in.
Okay. How about you? Any thoughts about society and how youth are portrayed and how youth are seen or how you are seen?
Because I'm kind of distracted. this little bit of time we had to think about it, I didn't really get that much. But basically, what I wrote is they see me as a child, someone with no say, and because I disagree, they see me as a troublemaker. They see me as disobedient when I just want to be free. I just want to be me. And where I get that from is, say, in this group, temporary group home I am in, they have a schedule or a program, they call it program. For me, because of the fact that I really don't follow it, I'm there as the most troubled or disobedient or bad child, when it's not really me as being disobedient or bad. In my eyes, it's just certain things I'd rather not go to. Like, for instance, there's a program called Voices on Unbroken or something like that. I don't like to go to that because of the fact that I don't exactly care to share my feelings or certain things I've been through with a bunch of strangers. And there's no point in me just going to just sit there. And because of the fact that my personal feeling or my personal opinion on that specific program that I do not go to, like, it's like, in my head, it's like, there's no point in me going. To them, they see that as I just don't want to follow the program, I'm being disobedient, and it's really, in a way, I understand where they're coming from, but I feel like I should have a say in what program I want to go to, on what is going to benefit me or not, rather than them saying, oh, you have to go, you're supposed to go, if you don't go, there's consequences, something that I really should have my own opinion on, my own say.